your other point. Joel, are you ready to go?
Joel.
Joel. Yes.
Good job. Just go for it, okay? You don't have to
Yeah. Peanut gallery.
Well, you just gotta do anything. I think it's just good just to try it.
Right. Yeah.
We're not gonna laugh at you, we'll just give you some advice and help out here. This is just, you wanna practice when it doesn't count, you know.
Yeah, I believe it's justification one, you would have to talk about some of the negative effects of the electricity. Could you read the effects of the electricity real quick?
Coal-fired plants that produce electricity emit pollution that leads to acid rain as well as particulates, mercury, and other substances.
Can you give an example of acid rain?
I don't have that.
Isn't it true that all rain is acid rain? It is.
No.
Not quite. Just go.
It has acid in it, but acid rain as a whole is. No, that's a chemistry topic later.
Are you only changing 20%?
Yeah, we're making it so you only 20%.
Are you leaving the other 80% alone?
Yes.
Yes, so you're leaving 80% alone.
Yeah.
Yes, as a leading question. You don't ask him, are you leaving it, but you say, so you're leaving. Lead him in the way that you ask the questions. That's a good question to ask. Go ahead.
Okay. I forgot what I was saying.
So you're leaving 80% alone.
So you're leaving the
So you're leaving the 8%. So you're leaving the 8% alone.
Yes.
So they can do whatever they want with it. They can still pollute the air.
They can use other sources, yes. They can't use coal for the other 80%.
Okay, sit down.
This is the way I would do it. Come back up here.
No, but
So-
that was right there.
So coal plants can still exist. Nuclear power plants can still exist. Generating waste, the smokestacks will still be there. And then you
Yes, to a
basically
lesser degree.
just take down, okay, what does a coal plant do? And then you ask specific questions about that with yes or no. So I mean, what you did was right, but I think you can extend it. You can kind of take, like, it's sort of a hamburger helper thing and kind of extend it by breaking it down into concrete things and just ask about the specifics. Okay, do you get that? Now here, let me just say, I'll tell you, now I don't have much background in this, but I would say the areas that I would look at, and I think there needs to be some research, is that the job creation thing is, I think some economists would say you're taking jobs away from other parts of the economy.
Yes.
So the net gain thing, I just think is probably disputable.
Well, the net gain is basically when you take a look at what jobs you're losing.
Right.
It said 355,000 jobs total, but when you take into consideration the jobs lost in other industries, it would be 155,000 jobs, is what the net gain jobs number is.
Now, I think that would be the argument, but I just think that there's some fertile ground for cross-examination there.
Yeah.
Then I would think that, there's also something that if it's economical, why does there have to be a mandate to convert over to it? And just look into, now there'd be probably something like, well, if they're forced to do it, they'll innovate. And do you get kind of more, runted, ineffective changes just to meet a mandate that wouldn't flow naturally, through laws of supply and demand. I mean, those are ways that I'm just like bringing up that might be the way to attack this. But I don't know enough about this to really develop something. But I think that those would be kind of the places to shoot at.
So Reagan, do you have questions?
A few, but I'm not sure about it.
Okay. We might have to do these without comments just because we're running out of time. So, Mr. Lunch, if you want to give some comments at the end, we can do that.
Homes use energy, correct?
Excuse me, what?
Homes use energy, correct?
Yes.
Alright. Homes use electricity, correct?
Yes.
Alright, there are a lot of homes in America, correct? Alright, therefore America uses energy, correct?
Absolutely.
Now, some people use renewable energy, correct?
Some people, a few people in some states, but not all states, yes.
Alright, but your plan mandates the use of renewable energy, correct?
Yes, by electricity.
Alright, and the resolution is environmental policy, correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty much.
Okay, Okay, the only thing I would say is that I just didn't follow where that was going. I mean, you followed all the technique, but I just didn't see the point you were getting across. So you just wanna make sure that when the judge with the law degree doesn't understand where you're going, that probably says, okay, I gotta think of something else to say. Or make it more simple. You wanna put the cookies on the bottom shelf. Go ahead.
At 2020, you said that the government has to inspect every business.
That all the electricity companies will have to have, national rules.
Okay. And isn't it true that our nation is already in a lot of debt?
Yes, we're in $12 million with that.
Okay, what were you trying to do with that?
That would put us in a lot of debt.
But it's government debt versus a mandate. Let's say if it is gonna put us in more debt, you wanna illustrate it more, rather than just ask that question, because I just think the way you're doing it is like the point went by so fast, it was like, kinda like a car speeding, like, bing. What was that point? So you always wanna kinda do it slow enough so people can see where you're going with it, and develop it by putting, points with it and all that. Now, I'm not sure that this would increase the national debt, because it's just a mandate by the government, right?
Yeah, it's regarding, electricity companies, yes, electricity companies are the ones who actually have to implement those.
So maybe you wanna say like, the electrical companies are gonna go into debt, and they would pass it on to the consumers, or something like that would be the way that you'd wanna develop that point, something like that. Because you didn't make a connection between the government who are way in debt and why this plan would increase it. Okay,
Alright, we are out of time. Let's say thank you, Mr. Lawrence.
study those notes.
Right. And y'all are dismissed.
Wait.
Nope.
Who wants to make sure everybody and all the trash picked up? Those rooms are done. Volunteer quick. Okay, Hannah. And who wants to put this back together again? Thank you. I need one more. Okay, go help. And I picked this up off the ground. It's in Erie.
28 and got on there.
It is back.
I'm not sure what you're at. Yeah, just get on the Highway 7 and drive to Highway 7.
Like if someone answers the question, like person two,
Yes.
sometimes you just have to.
Why did you?
So I know like when I asked how does that affect what I was originally going to say.
You get on 7 going west. I'm not sure what exit it is. So, it goes 15 north, I had 7 west, and I got on 7
See you later. Yeah, great job. That was really good on project. Okay, I don't understand. You want me to number every single one of them? So 1 car, and then 5, and then like 5 points down, it has to be like 17. You know, the first one.
What they want to do is they don't want to.
Right now I have like 8
the way you put that is by asking
like I have, it's like
I also think
I know the goal is to make it. He's like,